Team Spirit. For NaVi, they have a little bit of the same for Rubik and Sand King, which worked out for them in the first game with the Rubik, and the CK was played by Roger in the 4th spot. So they have a little bit of something similar again this time around, as they've got the Telekinesis as well as the Burrow Strike in terms of control. They take out the Void, they take out the Broodmother, and then SF taken out by Team Spirit in their bands, as well as the Phantom Lancer, which were two cores for NaVi over this 3-game set so far. You had Crystallize on the Phantom Lancer in Game 1, Dendi on the SF Game 2, who Dendi never really was able to get started, was taken out early and often 3 times, and it was only 16-minute games, so 3 times was a lot, and enough for NaVi to tap out with that Medusa as well, getting taken out 3 times. NaVi just never getting started in Game 2, and Team Spirit able to win in just 16 minutes. Get into these core picks for the side of NaVi, as well as Team Spirit. It looks as though they've both picked up their 4 and 5. Although it could be Night Stalker with the off-lane role for Team Spirit, but I highly doubt it. And Brewmaster, now General Brewmaster, which is a very nice hero on General, for the side of NaVi. So we'll see how Team Spirit react. That's more control for NaVi with the Blink coming out towards the mid-game. Brewmaster will Blink, Thunderclap, and then go into the Brew Split. You have that control with the Cyclone, as well as the stun from the Brew. And a lot of damage with the Brew Split early as well. But now Team Spirit, they go to the Slardar, so I'm not too sure just yet whether it's going to be Slardar 4 or 3 or Night Stalker 4 or 3. And I have seen Night Stalkers really go off in an off-lane position once in Chinese Dota, and I know I reference that region a lot. That's what I'm most familiar with. Once I saw Night Stalker recently, I think within the last week, it might have been for the PGL Bucharest qualifiers, in a position 3, top of the net worth, absolutely obliterating the other side. So NaVi pick up the Lycan, which will give them push power as well as some early damage as well, and aggression, shapeshift 6. You run that with the rest of your team. Rubik, Telekinesis, Burrow Strike from Sand King, and Lycan with that early damage output should be able to clean up some kills on the side of Team Spirit. This also grants them push. Now, for a little bit, it was Helm of the Dominator into the Necro 3 for Lycans, although I have seen Lycans kind of shift into the Vlad's Necro 3. The thing about that is if you are going to commit to the Necro 3, you should be pushing at every opportunity you do achieve. I've seen some Lycans where they get the Necro 3 after either Vlad's or Helm of the Dominator, and they just don't push, and they kind of lose that advantage, and that's where a Lycan's going to fall off, when you give the other team that opportunity to farm their way back into it. If you can keep the pressure on, cut off the farming from the side of Team Spirit, take out these towers early, Lycan is going to succeed and shine in a lineup like he's got right now against what Team Spirit's got. So we'll see if NaVi are going to be able to work with this Lycan, work with the Brewmaster. Now they need that Dendi hero last. We'll see what they go for after Team Spirit now pick up the DK. So we'll see if this DK is going to be in the safe lane or over mid. Seen some safe lane DKs in the past, and they haven't really worked out. I don't really like safe lane DK. I like him as more of a mid. But this is turning into a lot of lockdown for Team Spirit. You'll get the Blink on Slardar, which will probably shift a DK into the Shadow Blade. Blink, Slithering Crush with the vision you'll gain at the nighttime from Night Stalker, which will open it up for Slardar, which makes me think that Slardar will be in that off-lane role instead of the Night Stalker in the 4 spot, because you could use nighttime regardless, and you want that quick blink on Slardar so you can blink in, Slithering Crush, and work on killing off NaVi.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining. Dyer's turn to pick.
So they ban out the Tinker, they ban out the Gyrocopter. Let's see what Team Spirit want to go for last in this lineup. We'll see if Illidan's going to be on that DK or if it will be ILTW. Last pick from Team Spirit is the Sven. So even more lockdown, very high armor, able to sustain in his lane on his own. And that'll throw DK mid. Sven in the safe lane. And this is lockdown on lockdown on lockdown. Stormhammer, Dragon Tail, Slithering Crush. Then you combine that with the Cold Feet if it procs, the Void coming through, the Crippling Fear. It is a lot to work with. They also have the minus armor of Sardar. This draft is very good from the side of Team Spirit. I really do like it. And I think it is a draft that might be able to deal with this Navi lineup, especially with this Lycan. So we'll see what Navi want to do last. As they go to the Dendi OD. So Dendi on the OD, Crystallize on the Lycan. General with the Brew. Obran with the Rubik. And then Roger with that 4-position SK. Take a look over at Team Spirit. Illidan on the Sven, ILTW on the Dragonite. So instead of Illidan mid, it'll probably be him safe lane this time around. Biver with the Slardar. So it will be off lane Night Stalker. I'm wrong, which is always fine. Did think they would rather go to the Slardar, get him his quick blink, and roam around with the Night Stalker. But both these heroes can roam around successfully. Early Slithering Crush, as well as that early sprint from Slardar to make up that distance going on these heroes. Slithering Crush with the Ancient Apparition, the Cold Feet, the damage early with the rest of Team Spirit. And I think, did they just swap? They did just swap. So I was right. I'm not wrong. There we go. So there it is. DK Phobos in the offlane. Slardar, Biver with the 4-position Night Stalker. Illidan with that Sven. And it looks as though... Okay, they are going to go safe lane ILTW, and they will throw Sven in the mid lane. So Illidan going to stay mid with the Sven regardless, and he'll be up against Dendi on the OD. Not sure how much I like that. Crystallize in the safe lane with this Lycan, of course. Off lane General with the Brew. We'll see how the matchups do end out. Maybe they do send Sven over top. I've seen them throw their safe laner towards this bounty room bottom anyway, just to be aggressive. But let's see.
30 seconds to battle.
Looks as though ILTW will be safe lane up against General. And again, I'm not too sure if I like that. Thunderclap will come through. They might throw these 2 supports over there to really help out General to shut down this DK, as it will be off lane DK Phobos. And I don't know how much that's really going to affect the farm of Crystallize. But you, of course, want to open up that farm for Crystallize. Get that early Necro 3 after possibly Helm or Vlad's. So we'll see where these supports are going to end up roaming, how much they're going to roam, because you've got LeBron, Dota, and Roger on 2 heroes with good lockdown. Telekinesis, Fade Bolt, level 2 once you get it on LeBron, Dota, and then Roger. I love that Burrow Strike, and should be able to work well together. But for right now, it's a tri-lane over mid for Navi, a dual lane here for Team Spirit. Take a look as General will be up against the DK on the Brew against the... of course, Dragonite of ILTW. Crystallize down here bottom by himself for right now, as they've sent Biver off, and DK Phobos just pulling this creep wave. So, looks as though as it could be a 1-for-1. So we'll see how this works out. Now, tri-lanes mid. This is This is where we've devolved into. As well as the telekinesis, Burrow Strike hitting onto 2. Now they look for FNG with the Astral Imprisonment. The Cold Feet's going to proc onto Roger. They look for maybe a little bit more as they get first blood for LeBron on the FNG. And NaVi take the first blood in this tri-lane versus tri-lane mid. So with that, Dendy and LeBron Dota will be here by themselves. Roger heading over top. With a very push-forward ILTW, has no mana left. Got General here with the Drunken Haze, about to hit level 2 with this double creep wave coming in. We'll see if the SK does come over to get the Burrow Strike on ILTW once the Thunderclap is had on General. There's the TP. This is exactly what they're going to do. Roger comes in. They start with the Burrow Strike, then the Thunderclap. Fade Bolt comes out. They start to hit away. Telekinesis to throw him back into the body blocks of NaVi. He'll use that stick to stay alive for now, but I don't know how much that's going to help. Burrow Strike available again. The Breathe Fire, Thunderclap once more, and there it is. Now, no. ILTW, the regen. It's just keeping him alive. Level 2 in the Dragon Blood. They're going to need that Burrow Strike, and now they'll get the kill onto the DK. You can handle this, right, General? Yeah, sure. Are you sure? No, I've got it. Are you sure? Yeah, I've got it. All right, I'm just going to help you out. Get that Burrow Strike, clean up the DK, make sure he doesn't walk away, make sure he doesn't get the kill on General. And early 2-0 in favor of NaVi. So, LeBron Dota makes his way back over mid. Dendy leading right now, 13-1 in favor of him instead of the 9-1. Stormhammer, Cold Feet. Cold Feet will proc. But just mana wasted for right now. Dendy's sitting at half health. Back over top. Roger comes through. How are you doing, ILTW? I'm here again. I'm a Sand King. Not going to stun you. Not going to waste the mana. As we saw how hard it was to kill you the previous time, as you do have that heavy regen. But all the while, Crystallize has been farming up. Level 4 already. Not really being too bothered by the supports of the side of Team Spirit. And they do go on ILTW. They use the Burrow Strike. Thunderclap comes out. They have Burrow Strike again in just a moment. They'll stun him up once more. Caustic Finale comes in. There's this wand to heal up once more. The Thunderclap again, but here's Biver. And actually, he doesn't have enough mana for the Void. So Burrow Strike comes out again. They look for that kill. The regen almost too much under this tier 1. Roger able to survive with the Sandstorm. 3-0 in favor of NaVi, as they almost let ILTW out of the grasp of their hands again. So Roger survives, gets that Sandstorm out, picks up the Bounty Rune over on their side and his side. So he's doing quite well. We'll see how quickly he does end up getting to this Blink Dagger and that level 6. He is farming very well, just 4 minutes in, as well as getting these kills for the side of NaVi. He's actually been a part of all 3 of them, getting 1 kill, 2 assists. So Dendy leading the way on this Sven. Sven not doing as well as maybe Team Spirit would have hoped over mid. And it's for obvious reasons. Not really a natural mid as the Sven. He doesn't really have the support of his team. And OD, a very strong mid. I'm not too sure why they didn't throw the DK here instead, but it seems as though they like the Sven in the mid lane. Ooh, over bottom, Crystallize goes down to FNG. So Biver coming over top again. Level 4 is ILTW, 2 in the Breathe Fire, 2 in the Dragon Blood. With Crystallize going down, that's going to slow up his farm. They need to maybe work on DK Phobos over top. Roger getting a little bit low. He's forced to TP away. They did try to go in on this with the Drunken Haze as well as the Thunderclap. So they start to sustain on both sides. Starting to sustain on Team Spirit, which is quite nice. They need to be able to slow down the aggression of NaVi and slow down the farm of Crystallize as well. Early damage that's going to come through from NaVi from Crystallize when he gets that Shapeshift, working with, you know, that Necro 3. Maybe quite a bit for the side of NaVi, and they're actually coming over mid to try and get this kill on a Dendy. There's the Stormhammer. Cold Feet comes out. Follows the War Cry. Astral Imprisonment. Cold Feet, not going to proc just yet, but they have the slow, trying to TP away is Dendy, and just in time, ends up surviving the 3-man onslaught. Meanwhile, DK Phobos under this tier 1. Burrow Strike hits again, and LeBron, Dota, and Roger do it once more, and they combine to get a kill again on the side of Team Spirit, this time on DK Phobos, opening up the lane even more for Crystallize. So FNG and Biver now coming over towards top. We take a look at what ILTW has going with that Soul Ring. No boots just yet. General here level 5, not level 6. Doesn't have enough for the Bruce split as he's not level 6. The Cold Feet not proccing. They're looking for the Dragon Tail to lock in. General, they'll get the kill. The telekinesis a little bit too late, and now in trouble is LeBron as the Dragon Tail comes out on him under this tier 1 tower, trying to walk away, but the damage is too much. From the side of Team Spirit, they'll take 2. FNG gets credit for that kill, and it's now 4-3. They take out both General and LeBron. Over bottom again, DK Phobos in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to run away from the likes of Roger as well as Crystallize, Corrosive Haze, and the stun comes out. But Roger's got Burrow Strike in just a moment. You got to be very careful. Roger, you have to be careful of this tower. And he gets very low force to use that stick to heal up. Almost just drawing himself into death on that tier 1. So we take a look over mid again. Sven doing all right now with the treads. About 8 minutes in, we'll switch it now over to the net worth. DK Phobos getting low. The Burrow Strike. Roger gonna end up dying again to this Slardar. A little bit too aggressive that time. They had Shapeshift. They still go in and they lose themselves this Sand King. Dragon Tail comes out over towards top. General once more in trouble, forced to use that split. They'll go after this Night Stalker. The Cyclone to hold in the DK, so they might even get 2 out of this. They've locked in Biver, got the kill there. With Roger coming over, they're going to look for the Burrow Strike after the stun comes out again from the Brew. There's the Burrow Strike. Here's the damage. 3 heroes here. ILTW hits the deck, and they get 2 more for the side of NaVi. And that is very well played to take out that DK and not waste that Brew split. The first Brew split goes to a couple of kills, and that is perfect from the side of NaVi. So they come over again, mid-Dendy here, level 7. Has himself the Astral Imprisonment. That's what saved him last time. They're probably going to lead with the Stormhammer as well as the Cold Feet. And there it is. Stormhammer, Cold Feet trying to get away, but he's silenced up with the Crippling Fear. Cold Feet procs, but it's under the tier 1 tower, so they don't really want to dive on this. Now the damage is heavy from Dendy. They need to be able to walk away, but the Burrow Strike comes out from Roger. They'll clean up Biver. They'll get the kill. Dendy able to walk it off. And another kill here for NaVi. Crystallize does go for that Helm of the Dominator into the Necro Books. So this time going for the going for the Helm of the Dominator instead of the Vlads. We'll see how this works out for Crystallize. They look over bottom for DK Phobos. The Centaur hitting away with Roger coming around. There's the stun. They'll follow it up with the Burrow Strike. Crystallize hits up hard, and Epicenter on top. DK Phobos will fall. LeBron past this tower so low at 40 health. He ends up almost dropping to the tower, but they only will get that kill on the DK Phobos over bottom and continue to push this tier 1. Got the Helm of the Dominator, Centaur creep as well as the Wolves helping him out. Over is Illidan, and the Stormhammer hits. Not going to hit on Roger. Now they've used the Shapeshift, but into the Dragon Tail. ILTW, oh, the stun from the Centaur onto 2. They might even think about turning this as they've got the Burrow Strike still available from Roger, but they'll just run it away with the Shapeshift. With the Elder Dragon form pop by ILTW, they don't want to walk in on that. So Sven just 36 last hits. You see how low he is in terms of net worth. The mid lane not going well for him by any means. They picked up the Midas here for Dendy. Now going into that 4-staff, probably going to hit up that first item. Hurricane Pike, you want that Hurricane Pike to break the distance. Ooh, Thunderclap, thinking about it. Silence up, Crippling Fear, as well as the Ice Blast to hit. And with DK Phobos coming over top with the help of Biver and FNG, now level 6. They're able to get that kill on General. He's not able to pop that Brew Split, but I feel like that's almost better off for General, as now they can use this Brew Split to be aggressive once he's back alive. Okay, Roger now working on to this Blink Dagger. 1,600 gold away from that. Take a look over at Rubik. He's level 6, so we'll see what he looks to steal here. Has some pretty decent options. Stormhammer, Ice Blast. Ooh, Sven. Just over in the jungle. He has some pretty decent options in the Ice Blast, the Stormhammer, and as well as the Southern Crush, the Elder Dragon form. Anything he steals from the Night Stalker, Void, or the Crippling Fear would be nice. And nope. Put Ice Blast on to 3. Here's General, the Elder Dragon form, going to be popped by ILTW, but NaVi not going to push into that. They'll just take the tier 1 and rotate over the tier 1 over mid.
Middle tower is under pressure.
DK Phobos, he's got his Blink Dagger available. If there's one thing you could say about DK Phobos, despite not having the best of lanes at 2-2 and 1, he really knows how to find his farm, usually sticking towards the top half of that net worth, if not the top 3. And that's exactly what he's done so far with this Sardar, with his 2 cores kind of slumping. Illidan brought in. General doesn't have his Blink Dagger, but they could use the Brew Split in the trees, get the Cyclone, and work on the Sven. The rest of the team from the side of Team Spirit coming in. The Wolves are going to spot this. Roger Blink, Southern Crush, Cold Feet comes out, as well as the Corrosive Haze. They're going to find themselves in trouble. NaVi are going to be the first ones to lose anything. There's the Shapeshift. Use Illidan backing off the Corrosive Haze coming out on Dendy. They don't use the Brew Split, but they do commit the Shapeshift. And now it looks as though Team Spirit are going to come back. They've got the Blink, Southern Crush, Ice Blast onto just Dendy. But that is what Team Spirit are going to use to back off. So Team Spirit go in to Shrine Up. They smoke off after this. They're going to be able to do quite a bit with DK Phobos and that Blink Dagger. Got the Corrosive Haze, the early damage from Biver hitting already for 102. And they find the Southern Crush, Corrosive Haze, get the easy kill on LeBron Dota. And this is a core of 3 heroes that look to take out just about anybody. A little TP over to the Shrine bottom, rotate. Possibly looking for the kill on Roger again. Blink, Southern Crush, Corrosive Haze. ILTW is here. Burrow Strike to try and get away, but there's the Dragon Tail, Ice Blast, and Roger is gone. Now the score even at 8, and these rotations hitting hard onto the side of NaVi. That's now 2 straight kills in just under the span of a minute. General under tower. He's got the Brew Split. Also got the Lycan nearby, as well as the Rubik. FNG trying to get away. They don't get the Telekinesis. But they'll take this tier 1 as a consolation prize. General here looking for that Blink Dagger. Crystallize still working into the Necro 3. You get those 2 Sages Mask into the Necro 1. There it is. He grabs those 2 Sages Masks and gets in the Necro. Ice Blast over mid onto Dendy. Epicenter being charged up by Roger. Let's see if they're able to turn it around. Dendy's got the damage. Looks over at DK Phobos. Not any mana left over. Biver with a Hunter in the night to get to the low ground. FNG Cold Feet on top of this. Nobody dead over mid. But meanwhile, your tier 2, which is exactly what Lycan likes to do when team fights are happening, is to push somewhere else. And he takes that tier 1. So he's got himself that Necro 1 to work with. He'll be able to work towards that Necro 3 and continue to push where you would like NaVi and the rest of the team to take the attention away from Lycan. If they're able to do that and he's able to push, they're going to break away in this game. Make it much harder for Team Spirit to find themselves these kills and this farm. But as I say that, there's the Burrow Strike with the Southern Crush Ice Blast on top. General Astro Imprisonment to keep him alive. He's also got the Brew Split to work with, and it's going to be forced out so he doesn't shatter. Over top, let's take a look. Sven in a lot of trouble. The Burrow Strike Sandstorm comes out. Illidan will fall to Crystallize, and LeBron stealing that Warcry. Over mid, Dendy being wrapped around on DK Phobos. Blink with the Southern Crush into the Elder Dragon form as ILTW. The Force Staff away into the Astro Imprisonment. The rest of the team coming over. You gotta watch out if you're Team Spirit. Here comes LeBron. There's the Cold Feet. Zanity's Eclipse on top of ILTW. Has no more mana left. They'll take out Dendy, but here comes the rest of the team. He hits away at LeBron, taken out, and now Crystallize goes in on the FNG into these trees, but doesn't get the kill. Roger nearby. There's the Burrow Strike, but he's got the Corrosive Haze on him. Southern Crush lands, starts to get hit on by DK Phobos, about down to half health. And that should be the end of the exchange, but they're still looking for Roger. Southern Crush in just a moment. There it is. There's the kill. Team Spirit lock in another one, and they'll take out 3. Actually, no, look to continue over bottom, go after General, who doesn't have that brew split after it got forced out. And, Blink Dagger, he's got to run away, but there's the Blink Southern Crush with the Corrosive Haze. Dragon Tail from ILTW, another kill for Spirit, now 12-10 in their favor. So it's about even on the net worth. See how well Crystallize is able to do now with the level 2 in the Necronomicon. Has to finish off that Necro 3, and if NaVi around him can kind of take the attention off where he can push out, get these tier 2s in the bottom and mid lane, that's what they like the most. And Dendy's still working on this Hurricane Pipe, but I think that is coming his way now. Nope, no it's not. Now he's got everything queued up. This game 3, it's been an interesting series so far. Game 1, NaVi just getting away with a win against the Terrorblade. Shut him down enough despite a almost comeback from Team Spirit. They take that game 1 in about 46 minutes, I don't really remember. And then it was a quick 16-minute game win from Team Spirit in game 2, just an outdraft on all fronts. And Illidan doing very well with his CK in that game 2 as well. That has brought us here to the game 3, which is even 18 minutes in. Biver going to be spotted by these Wolves. See if they're able to catch up. There's the stun thrown. Helm of the Dominator. Thank you, Mud Golem. They're trying to catch up to Biver still. Roger with a Burrow Strike. Blink Southern Crush onto this Sand King. But now the Blink into the Thunderclap. They've got the Crippling Fear onto this Brew. So he doesn't get the Brew split off, but they'll take the Void. They'll get the kill on the Biver. And Crystallize committing that shapeshift, still looking for another kill as he's got this hasted up Mud Golem. No stun for 7 more seconds, but we'll chase back the side of Team Spirit and possibly look to push off that. Over top. A little support fight going on, but Swardar was going to ruin this with the Ice Blast coming through. Blink Southern Crush, Corrosive Haze, FNG, the greatest of baits. You have now been officially debated, Roger. So Crystallize is going to continue to push over bottom. Has that Necro 3 coming his way. We'll see him try to take this tier 2. We'll see if Team Spirit will look to defend. Someone we haven't really spoken about in quite some time is Illidan, who had that slow start, but you take a look, Mask of Madness as well as the Sanj. He's caught up quite a bit. Oop, Blink, Thunderclap, Brew Split, go for Biver. Darkness is going to be used as well as that Stone going to be thrown in his face, but they don't get the kill. There's the Stormhammer. They're still just trying to get this Brew out, and they will take the tier 2 thanks to the Necro Creeps as well as those Wolves. So the tier 2 gone, just one outer tower remains for the side of Team Spirit with some good warding. They should be able to cut off the farm of Team Spirit. Look at that level 4 Guardian Sprint. Just zooming around here. That's 700 movement speed. And here we go. 13-11, underway again. And still an even game. A ward placed here by the side of NaVi and Roger, but it's going to be seen by the Sentry Ward. There's the Blink into the Burrow Strike on FNG. The Cold Feet comes through. They have the Sentry, and Roger, unaware of it, now going to freeze over. There's the Telekinesis with the kill from General. They look over at Biver. They're not going to have the chase for now. And actually, he comes right back into their hands. I don't know if this is the smartest move with a stolen Corrosive Haze. There's the Force Staff forward from Dendy. He'll clean up Biver. 2 kills for the side of NaVi, evening it up at 13. And with that, they'll head into Roshan with Crystallize and the rest of the side of NaVi. Nobody coming over yet from Team Spirit. They don't have the AA or the Night Stalker. Should be Ice Blast off the respawn, but just TPs and doesn't end up throwing it. There it is. There's the Roshan down. Dendy grabs the Aegis. Blink Dagger, meanwhile, onto the Sven. So they have Blink Initiation with the Blink on the Sardar as well as on the Sven. Blink Southern Crush, Blink Stormhammer. And that's going to be good for the side of Team Spirit. They could use the Ice Blast on top of that. It's similar to the CK combination with the Reality Rift into the Ice Blast, but this time it's Blink Southern Crush or Blink Stormhammer with the Ice Blast, most likely following it up immediately. So ILTW looking to push over bottom of this Elder Dragon form. There's the blink forward from Dendy. And the rest of the team rotating over for the side of Team Spirit. They hide in the trees right now as NaVi. Dendy just trying to bait. There's the blink forward with the Burrow Strike on ILTW. The cold feed is out. Blink Southern Crush misses. Telekinesis through on a Biver. Now they look for more. Blink Thunderclap from General. He's going to be stunned up with the Ice Blast coming in. It's on 3. General forced to use that sport. The BKB pop by ILTW. The Epicenter comes through, but it's not hitting on much. The Burrow Strike comes out. Hits on Biver. Gets him low. Nobody dead just yet. The Cyclone locks in DK Phobos. The chase is on ILTW. Here comes Illidan with the Blink Stormhammer. God's Strength. He's going to clean up one. He cleans up Crystallized. Then he's eclipsed on top of a couple of these heroes. Burrow Strike hits ILTW as well as FNG gone. Dendy's going to be locked in. But he is going to have that Aegis popped. Finally killed off. LeBron Dota trying to get away. He does get the Southern Crush on a DK Phobos. They still continue to work. Two-man Burrow Strike from Roger. Dendy starting to hit away at Illidan. I don't know if he's going to have the damage just yet. There's the Hurricane Pike. Should have the kill now. And now they'll get another one in Biver. They look for DK Phobos. He's forced to run away. But Roger, he's got that blink. He's got the Burrow Strike blinking away his DK Phobos. And let's see if they can get the chase as well as the full team wipe. Still looking to go in on this Sardar. There's the Guardian Sprint again, getting out of range of Roger. He's got that Blink Dagger up regardless. And it's going to be a 4-4-1 in the favor of NaVi. Dendy has that Aegis popped. Luckily enough for him, he had that Aegis. It's probably the only reason they really take that fight. And still, even dying once, it's a man fight between him and the Sven. And luckily enough for him, he's not taking out Blink Southern Crush, or actually Blink Burrow Strike into the Southern Crush of DK Phobos. They've silenced up General, and now they'll get the kill on Roger. Coming over is going to be Crystallized, but there's the Dragon Tail coming out from ILTW. They're going to work on this Lycan, but there's the Telekinesis as well as the Hurricane Pike coming out from Dendy, looking to get this kill. They'll kill off Roger, kill off DK Phobos. Now the BKB is going to be popped by ILTW with the Ice Blast coming through on Dendy, getting one with the Cold Feet procced on him, but General kills off FNG. The BKB is going to wear out LeBron Dota, doing quite a bit, but there is the Dragon Tail out onto the Sven. Blinking away will be Dendy, and they'll give up the life of this Rubik to try and get the rest of the team out of here. General, Crystallize, as well as Dendy all survive, and they take out this Sardar as well as the Ancient Apparition. So it ends up being a 2-for-2, a little bit of net worth gain for the side of Team Spirit. And for bottom, Dragon Tail thrown out, but Dendy doing a lot of damage, and thank you, Roger, on the Roche timings. So 19-16, Blink Dagger here on the Brew, as well as that Soaring. We'll see if he goes for the Ags. That's been a little bit of a common build for Brewmasters, especially if they know they're going to be able to get to that minus 65 second on the Primal Split. And let's take a look over at Dendy, who's got himself that Hurricane Pike, and what is on the way for him just treads. Roger, meanwhile, going for the Yules, has the Blink Dagger available for him, and Crystallize. BKB is next, Necro 3, and then into that A seat for LeBron Dota. He's happy with the 4-staff. Over mid, Slithering Crush. Use General here. Spotting DK Phobos. Thunderclap gonna miss as the 4-staff is out from DK Phobos, and the rest of the team coming down towards this mid lane to go out onto NaVi. But this is gonna be spotted thanks to the Wolves. So they spot this, they back off, probably grouping together to look for that smoke. And there it is. So they smoke up. They have the Blink Initiation from both Brewmaster as well as the Sand King. They don't have a lot of mana here on General. He wants to be able to have that Brew Split. He does, in fact, have that Soul Ring. But Blink Burrow Strike from Roger into the Sandstorm. They've got the Stormhammer coming out from Illidan as well as the God Strength. He's silenced up thanks to the Crippling Fear. Saved by Dendy with the Astral Imprisonment. General goes in with the Thunderclap. Ice Blast going to hit on the Dendy. Roger getting low with the Cold Feet on him. BKB pop by LTW. It'll be one dead for the side of Navi. And here comes the chase from Crystallize with the Cyclone out onto the Slardar. DK Phobos locked down and the rest of the team getting chased by the side of Navi. Blinking forward will be Dendy. And now he's just looking to kill off the side of Team Spirit with the kill on ILTW. Now they've cleaned up the DK. Now look for more as Dendy's still alive, has the Sanity's Eclipse, DK Phobos, Southern Crush coming out as well as the Cold Feet. But there's the Hurricane Pike. Actually, the Stormhammer hits. He's going to proc over with the Cold Feet. DK Phobos should be able to clean up this OD, and it ends up being a 2 for 2 for right now. But FNG as well as Biver back down behind this tier 2. And the Fable comes out. Cold Feet on a Crystallize, still continuing to chase. The Thunderclap cleans up FNG. The Blink Southern Crush from DK Phobos to lock these heroes in and make sure the other two can get away. So 22 to 18, Navi in fact do take that fight, taking out the Sven and the DK. They'll take out the tier 2 over mid, and that is it for the outer towers on the side of Team Spirit. Indy getting a little bit too far forward and ends up going down, not able to make his way out of the Cold Feet. The Stormhammer still hitting from that Sven. And he really does need that BKB, and that's going to be coming out next. It won't be the Ags for Brewmaster. It will be the Radiance next for General. And then Crystallize. He's getting closer and closer to his BKB. And he's been able to farm very well. There it is. There's the BKB on Crystallize. After taking a fight like that and seeing your advantage for Navi with the BKB now out on Crystallize, I really wouldn't be surprised that if Navi looked to fight again. Dendy, of course, looking for his BKB. And they might wait to farm up that BKB for Dendy, which will probably put them more towards the Roshan time and having that Aegis and Cheese come up. So they could just farm for Dendy, continue to push with Crystallize, look for the Roche when it comes back up, and by that time Dendy should be close to the BKB. Blink, Hurricane Pike forward. There's the Burrow Strike from Roger. Ice Blast coming out, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, Dendy will get hit by that, but they've taken one. They look for more as the Yules comes through on ILTW. Forced to pop that BKB again. Now down to 6 seconds. With that kill onto the Night Stalker, knowing that the BKB is down on the side of Team Spirit for this DK, they can just look to push for the side of Navi. That's exactly what they're going to do. They'll look towards this tier 3, the Blink forward with the Brew Split. God Strength hitting away at the Brewlings. Excuse me. And Crystallize takes that tier 3. They open up the shrines, and that'll help them control going towards this next Roshan. DK Phobos is here. There's going to be the Stormhammer. BKB pop by Crystallize with the Shapeshift, able to walk away. Blink Southern Crush on Roger. Corrosive Haze. Burrow Strike away, trying to get out of range. There's the Blink away, and he is safe. So 23 to 18, 4,000 net worth lead here for the side of Navi. General now with that Radiance, and they're just trying to posture up on mid. I don't know if this is the greatest move. Cold Feet on the Roger, but the already hit was with the Burrow Strike. His ILTW, there's the Yules into the Slithering Crush. Look for the Ice Blast. That's going to miss the Telekinesis. Thunderclap coming out on 2, but the Crippling Fear is going to stop this Brew from continuing on forward. And I say that, but he takes out FNG. Crippling Fear silences him up. He looked for the Drunken Haze on somebody, but the Thunderclap and the slaps are enough to get the kill on the Ancient Apparition. And with that, there's no Ice Blast Fear into the Roche Pit, and they'll go into the Roche Pit, get this Aegis and Cheese, and we'll see if Team Spirit want to try and fight for this. Alright, looking like they're going to come over. For right now, they just continue to farm up. Sven here looking for the BKB. He's going to need that coming into these next couple of fights. Dendy as well looking for a BKB. So it'll be interesting to see How this fight goes once both those heroes have their BKB, and crystallizes BKB in only 9 seconds, so he's only used it once to debut it running away from the side of Team Spirit, but now they've got the Aegis and Cheese and not really much to worry about. Aegis out on Dendi again. BKB just about finished. Might look to posture, take this shrine, possibly push over bottom. Try to take another tier 3 as well as a set of racks.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
So they take that bottom shrine, smoke available on FNG. And they do have the BKB coming out in just a moment for Sven. They'll probably farm that up, get the recipe, buy out, and go for the smoke. That's exactly what they're leaning towards. Meanwhile, the side and NaVi still together, moving around as 5 in the mid area of this river. So BKB is there. They'll clean up the top creep wave. But NaVi, they're looking to posture. They're looking to pressure. They'll send out these wolves to try and spot the side of Team Spirit. And I think they will spot Biver as well as DK Phobos. There's the vision they need. Team Spirit, they still want to smoke up. They got to find their opportunity. They need to be the aggressors onto the side of NaVi, especially with this BKB. Now on Sven. It's hard to fight into the Aegis, and Cheese blinks, so their Crush comes out on to LeBron Dota. BKB is going to be used as well as the Dragon Tail. The Ice Blast is going to hit on Dendi. He's in a little bit of trouble, but again, you got to remember he's got that Aegis. There's the Burrow Strike as well as the Epicenter coming out on a couple of these heroes. Down goes LeBron Dota as well as Biver. Now they look at the rest. It's going to be Cheese eaten by Crystallized God Strength, doing quite a bit onto the side of NaVi. But back to full health is Crystallized. Sanity's Eclipse hits onto this Dragon Knight. They'll take the kill. Now they look at Illidan. No more BKB for you. There's the Burrow Strike. There is the kill. No, not yet. But the stun hits from General, as well as the Drunken Haze. Here comes Roger, blink, Sandstorm, and down goes Illidan, dead for 72 seconds. He just bought out on that BKB. Down goes DK Phobos, 4 dead, and he'll be forced to buy back, as well as the DK. 28-19, 10,000 net worth lead. Blink on forward from Dendi, just trying to push back FNG. Let's see, where's the intelligent? Oh my god, 52. That is disgusting. So they take out the mid set of racks. They'll look to take out bottom. The Yules comes through onto DK Phobos, trying to get that Southern Crush out, but Denny in a little bit of trouble with the Hurricane Pike pushing away DK Phobos. The Astral Imprisonment will keep him alive. They got the kill on FNG. They'll work on Biver. 2 are going to be dead in this exchange. Still, they've got no Sven for 28 seconds. IOTW forced to go away, but with the Shapeshift, Crystallized trying to sniff him out, and they find him in the trees, and he'll blink back to base. Force Staff, Blink, Burrow Strike, DK Phobos, Hurricane, or not Hurricane Pike, Corrosive Haze comes out, as well as the Southern Crush. Force Staff away from DK Phobos, trying to get away from General, but there's the Yules from Roger into the Thunderclap, as well as the Burrow Strike, and he will fall. Sven back alive in 2 seconds, and this is their last hope. But there's the Bruce Split coming in from General to lock in ILTW. TPing forward will be this Sven. Illidan doesn't get the BKB off just yet. Hit by the Burrow Strike. There's the BKB, as well as the God Strength and the War Cry. Trying to clean up these creeps, cleans up the Necros, but his BKB is about to wear off, and he's got nothing for it just yet. The Stormhammer thrown out from LeBron Dota. There's the Dragon Tail to hold in Dendi for just a moment. The Stormhammer on top of that, as well as the Ice Blast, but Illidan getting low. The Force Staff away, and down he goes, dead for 73 seconds again. ILTW trying to make it back to his base, but GG will be called, and NaVi will win this series 2-1. They continue on to the finals of this qualifier, and Team Spirit will be dropped down to the lower half of this bracket against the winner of Gambit versus Vega. So NaVi, they pull that one out, a little bit close for a while, but the BKBs came through for them, for Crystallized as well as Dendi. Helps them get over the hump, take game 3, and he goes 7-2 on Crystallized, 7-2 on Dendi. General 12-3-13, the MVP of this matchup, as well as I really liked LeBron, Dota, and Roger on these supports. And NaVi take game 3, win the series 2-1, move on to the finals of this qualifier, and Team Spirit down to the bottom in the lower bracket finals to go up against the winner of Vega vs. Gambit, which is coming up next. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter, and BCop Casting on Twitch. Follow me in all places to know when I'm casting. We'll be back in just a moment with Gambit against Vega. That'll be up next. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Let me know how I did in terms of casting in the chat. And we'll be back in just a moment with the next series.